and welcome to another episode of BH Now. Now, today I've got Katie Needle on, and she is a brand photographer. Now, I was really interested in speaking to Katie and having her on the show because we've had charities and we've had businesses and people are making a difference in the community. But I really wanted to touch base on why brand photography is really important in Dorset, where we've got so many entrepreneurs, so many businesses. And I wanted to speak to Katie about the whole AI versus photography, the human side. So welcome to the show, Katie. It's really nice to have you here. So we are going to talk about the whole AI versus real photography because it drives me mad as a brand and marketing person. It does drive me mad that AI is used so much. But could you start by talking about your business and just explaining to everyone what it is you do?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, thanks for having me as well. It's great to be here.
You're welcome.
Yes, so I've been a brand photographer for about 17 years, and I've been specialising in brand photography for like the last 5 years. It was sort of during COVID time that I kind of really focused in on what I wanted to be doing and got rid of other photography work and just focused on the branding. So I do brand photo shoots. I do shoot UK wide, but I do focus a lot of my work here in Dorset, because it's fantastic for locations. It's got absolutely everything. I'm never short of a good location spot.
Right.
And I do one-to-one photo shoots. I do shared group photo shoots, which I either do those at different cities across the UK, and I run a membership here in Dorset called the Brand Collective, where women come together and share the session so they can network and chat and chill out during the session, but then take it in turns to have their photographs taken. And I also do selfie training to help people learn how to take better photos with their phones. And I also have the brand studio, which is my new self-shoot studio as well. So there's the plethora of ways to get great photography, no matter where you are in kind of your journey with your business or your budget with your business. There's kind of a stop. I'm really passionate about people being able to have access to great photography, no matter where you are. It shouldn't be just because you've got lots of money that you can afford to invest in it. I really think the importance of the photography just helps from the very beginning. So the more you can access that in different ways, the better. I'm really very keen for people to be able to access that.
And one thing I recognised when I looked at your website, and I see you come up on social media quite a lot. So the one thing that's really nice about you is that all your stuff is quite vibrant. So there's no suits and laptop, and it's all really, you bring out people's personalities in their photography, which is really nice. And I always talk about, I will go to AI, but I always talk about that actually you still need that human connection. Everything in business can, you can do a lot of stuff through AI, but you've got to remember about that human connection. And one thing I really liked about you is that you bring out people's personalities. It's almost, do you find that when you're working with people, working with women, the natural step is to be like, I need to come across professional?
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's like the thing people chuck in at the end of when we're planning the photo shoot. They suddenly go, we can talk through all the outfits. We've spoken about their brand values. We've figured out exactly what we represent. And then at the end, they'll kind of go, should I pack a blazer? Do I need to bring a blazer? Because I want to look professional. And I have a little bit of a take on professional that I think you can show your professionalism with the expertise that you have in the way you deliver your work, but looking professional isn't a thing. And the most important thing is that you show your personality, because that really is, of all the businesses out there, that is the really unique thing about you, because there are everybody is doing the same kind of thing, really. Like there's other brand photographers out there that will offer similar photo shoots or similar packages that I'm doing. There are other companies doing the same kind of products. We all like to think we're completely unique. But our actual products and offerings aren't. Our personality is the thing that is going to set you apart, especially when you're running your own small, medium-sized business. It's all about how they connect with you. So the more you can put that personality across, the better. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be completely out there and wacky. It's your personality. So we definitely, when I work with my clients, I dig into what their brand values are, their personality traits, how they want to be perceived, what they want people to feel about them when they connect with their content.
So you provide, before you even have a shoot, it's not a case of, right, let's go and take a photo. It's a case of, let me find out about you. Let me work on your business. Let me find out more about you, what makes you different. So there's a whole coaching element.
It's
before
really,
you do the photography.
It's so important to do that, because otherwise then you just end up with
Yeah.
You end up with a nice headshot,
Yeah.
but you're not actually really saying anything. And you really do want these photos to tell people more about you than just the colour of your eyes and the colour of your hair. And we talk
Yeah.
about even little subtle things. I like to call them Easter eggs in photos. So like even that you might wear a pair of earrings that you picked up on a particular holiday destination that you went to,
Yeah.
or you're including a certain cup because it's got some meaning to it, or it's part
Yeah.
of something to do with your hobbies or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to talk about that in your content,
Yeah.
but it's there in the photograph, and you'd be really
Yes.
surprised what then makes people go, oh, by the way, they might reply about your post and go, oh, really love what you're talking about there, but by the way, I love those earrings.
Yes.
And then there's another point of connection, because it's so
Yeah.
important to get those connections, because I think it's
Yeah.
now, didn't it used to be like 7 or 12 points of connection before
Yes.
someone got in touch with you? I think it's
Yes.
grown even more because we're so
Yes.
busy. There's so much content
It's
to scroll
so
through.
noisy.
So noisy.
Yeah.
The way you can stand out and just grab those little bits of attention and attract people, and also repel people, because that's
Yes.
just as important.
It is.
The people that you don't want to work with, the not so ideal clients, they can move out the way. It's not for them, and you can just bring in the people that are really attracted to
Yeah.
what you're doing and who you are and how you're delivering that to people. So yeah, personality is absolutely key, and I really love digging into that to help the photographs really be vibrant and full of energy and movement and all about that person.
I love that. And do you find that when you're out on a shoot, or you're doing a shoot with, and you've gone through all this stuff and you've gone, right, okay, this, they've discovered actually this is what my brand is about, this is who I'm about. So when you get down to the nitty gritty and you take the photos, is there an element of, how do I stand and what do I do? And they still want to be like, because I find there was an element when I first started out in business, I had to wear a suit, and I've worked in business for a very, very long time. But there was an element where I was like, I have to come across professional and I cannot show my true personality. And even though you've gone through that with them, is there still an element where it's like, okay, the camera's on me now?
There can be, definitely. And people do, I say it all the time, my clients, 95% of them that come to me are like, hate having my photo taken. I feel really awkward in front of the camera. Like they feel like they're kind of arm behind their back being forced to do this. And then by the end of the session, they have absolutely loved it. I, in particular, the way that I work, I'm super directional. Previously to doing the brand photography, I worked for 8 years as a freelance boudoir photographer, which is very detailed posing. So you've got to really guide the body and where it goes. So I'm really good at helping women feel their best in their bodies and how to direct them. So I don't really ever shut up on a shoot. So I'm constantly, which my clients love, that attention to detail. It's like, oh, just because you can't see what you're doing. So it's like, just turn your shoulder this way. Oh, just your hand there. Or and I'm always adjusting hair and necklaces and earrings. I call it in-person photoshopping rather than having to do it afterwards. I'll do it in the moment. So I'm super directional, which, because I do that from the off, like you don't really have a chance to feel nervous. So yes, there is that element. People are always like, oh, I don't know what to do with my hands. But
they don't have to worry
because I'm going to tell them. I'll guide them every step of the way so they really get the best out of the photographs, because you can't see yourself when I'm there with the camera. You don't know what it's doing. And sometimes I do say, like, it might feel a bit weird. Promise you it looks great. So but
we've all got our vices, haven't we? We've all got these things where we think, oh, I don't like myself in front of the camera. But I think, and I've learned this from getting older, is that actually you are who you are. You look the way, and that's the way you look. So there's an element of actually you kind of have to accept it, but actually having someone as friendly as you to be directional as well, it just takes that fear out of it. Do you find that you said about your group sessions that you do together of women in business, do you find that is super helpful if women are nervous?
It works. The brand collective sessions and the pop-up sessions, which are both group photo shoots, just in slightly different formats, they are really good if you're apprehensive about having a brand photo shoot, if you've never had one before, or also some people find that they just maybe don't need they want the regularity of the photo shoots, because the membership you get to have multiple photo shoots across the year. Or the pop-up version of the shared shoots is just a one-off each year. So some people come because they don't need the amount of content that we'll create in a big one-to-one shoot, which is pretty full on. But if you are feeling apprehensive and nervous, it's a really nice way to do it, because you get the support of the other women. There's a group chat set up beforehand, so they can all kind of share that, oh my God, what are you going to wear? Even though we prepped them, everyone still goes, oh, what are we going to wear? What are we going to do? And during the session, you get that kind of a little moment in front of the camera, and then you can step back, decompress, chat with someone else. They spark off each other, they see what the other person's doing, and they're like, oh, actually, I could do this. It helps encourage. It's really beautiful. I really love the collective I see regularly, which also
Yeah.
helps because then I get to
They must
really know them
create-
and their brand.
They
so-
must create really nice friendship groups as well, like
do.
friendships from doing that as well.
Friendships have blossomed from it, works blossomed from it. I know several of them have gone on to hire each other and things like that. So it's a really great networking opportunity as well
Amazing.
as getting the photographs on top of it. And their confidence just blooms. Like my clients are just so proud of how much they've changed from the very first
That's
one.
amazing.
I'm always a bit like this, all shuffling, a bit like Wednesday
Yeah.
Addams. They're a bit like,
Yeah.
oh God.
Yeah.
And then they're like sashaying away like Beyonce by the end of it. So
I love
it's
it.
brilliant. Yeah. I
And
love
you
the
go
community.
to some really amazing places for your shoots as well. We are incredibly lucky in Dorset.
So
we've got so
lucky.
many nice places. But you do go to some really quite cool locations. When I see it, I'm like, where is that?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I love a location scout. I live in sort of Instagram searching for stuff, and then I'm diving into Google Maps. A bit like Joey from Friends when you go into the maps. I'm always walking around on Google Maps to like check out what the streets look like, because street art features quite heavily in the work that I do, and that changes quite a lot. So sometimes you have to do extra research to make sure the piece is still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love finding. I'm obsessed with walls. I'm just always like, oh, that's a good wall. Let's
We
remember where that is. And we are
really-
really lucky here. There's some
Aren't we?
amazing spots and really close together. Like even
Yeah.
earlier today, I was at down near Bournemouth Beach, and we incorporated street art because there's street art walls down there, and there's the beach and the seaside. So it's really diverse in just a small space of area. So,
I love that. It's not just let's stand on the beach and take some photos. You're actually really appreciating the area more than just the beach. There's some really amazing places.
Oh, it's great.
I always find that with my daughters, 17 daughters, they find the coolest place to do the Instagram photos or TikTok videos or whatever it is. But there are some really amazing places here at Dorset.
Yeah, we're so lucky. I never struggle for locations here at all. It's we're super lucky.
So you've got you're considering opening a set venue for your photography as well?
Yes. So I recently started a sort of pop-up version, which I've called the Brand Studio, which is a concept that I have borrowed from London. It's massively popular there. They're a self-shoot studio.
Right.
So a little bit different from content studios that are popping up, which I know there are a few of those now here in Dorset and in Bournemouth. And a content studio tends to be set up for photography, but you still have to get a photographer, have the equipment, and turn up to take the shooting. So a self-shoot studio is set up with the backdrop, with the lights, the cameras on a tripod. You get given a handheld remote clicker, and you're left to your own devices for half an hour. And at the moment, I'm offering half an hour sessions, and you can sort of hide the clicker in your pocket, and then you just shoot. So you can get tons of content.
That.
It's brilliant.
I love that, because even though you're super friendly and directional, but there is an element where actually you've got a really great opportunity to just be you and just go for it, knowing everything's set up, booking half an hour and just.
And you can get so much done. One of the first sessions, I had a local businesswoman, Nicole Bateman, came in and used it. And she was very impressive. She has been in my collective before, so she kind of knows the ropes. But she came in for a half-hour session. I think she managed 4 outfit changes. And I think she clocked up nearly 300 photos. So you get everything. I edit them all for you afterwards. But you get all of them. And they work, because it's a studio backdrop, it's really clean.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm offering just white backdrops. When I get permanent premises, I'll be able to change the backdrop throughout the session, so you have different colours, but they just work really well, in particular for social media content, because you can add text on it. You've got negative space for adding your designs in Canva. They're really versatile. They work great for sort of like the carousels and the Instagram stories in particular, but they're also great sessions just to create like some nice headshots, but really good. You can get really expressive with it, facial expressions, all that good stuff that just goes well with so much content. So yeah, they're awesome sessions. I'm enjoying them.
As a business owner, it's really quite difficult, because you're constantly having to think, right, I need to be showing up. I need to consistently be showing up for me to be seen and heard. And that is one thing when I work with my clients. I'm like, there is consistency. You do have to show up, I'm afraid, because people are not going to see you. But there's this, the reels, the carousels, the videos, the photography, the website, Insta. There's so many things. But actually, what I've learned through having brand photography is you can reuse them, and there are so many photography photos you can use. This is where it's really hard when you try and produce photos with AI, because I feel like there's such a lack of human connection. And actually, what is going to, like you said earlier, what is going to sell your business is that human connection, is that, oh, that's them, that's the real them. Because there's an element, I think that's AI. And if that is AI, can we trust them? Are they not showing their real selves? What's going on? But having a bank of photos that you can work through and use, and then you can just keep using them again. So
Yeah.
it's so important, isn't
It's
it?
so important to have lots, and you
Yeah.
do need more than you ever kind of used to, because you do
Yeah.
need, as you said, but the key being consistently.
Yeah.
Consistency to your own kind of levels of what you need to do, and
Yeah.
really intentional posting as well, which helps. So when you've got all those photographs, when you've had an intentional photo shoot where it's been like strategically thought through, so you know what kind of photos you're going to need to create,
Yeah.
yes, you can use them really well. And then that kind of pressure comes off of you, that
Yeah.
kind of, oh my God, I need to post. Whereas if you've got the photos there already,
Yeah.
you're organized, you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
we've discussed your personality and your brand values, so that all matches up,
Yeah.
then you can really post with that proper intention so that you know exactly what you need to be showing up as. So you're showing what
Yeah.
you want to be perceived as. So that's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, you do need lots of photos, definitely, which is one of the nice little perks of working with myself. My clients are very lucky that I actually include all of the edited images. So I don't do any set packages. So it's not like you're only going to get 10 photos and you need to kind of nitpick over yourself afterwards.
Yeah.
I include all of it because... And you can have some real lovely moments with the photos where one photo is quite similar, but you're doing a slightly different expression, and then the other one's slightly different. You can use that in so many different ways. So yeah, you always get everything with me, which is, my clients really enjoy that perk.
I love that. And I really like, you also mentioned earlier that you do selfie training. That is golden. That is golden. And the amount of times I've taken a photo and my kids are like, that's going on mum book, they called it. But it's really hard. Actually, it's really hard taking a selfie. Like, the amount of times it will take to take a photo, and it will never be the right one. And it's how do you pose and how do you put the,
Yes.
Actually, that could, if you wanted to get a quick photo when you're out and about, but they've had that training on how to take a selfie, that's huge.
Yeah, it's really, really helpful. And so many business owners that I work with it are just like, oh my goodness. Sometimes it feels like really simple tips, but it just transforms how they feel. So they're not in that panicky mode of, oh, I need to be creating content. Because you have that pressure, don't you? You go to an event, you go to networking, oh, I should create content out of this. I need to create content. And if you know what you're doing in really simple steps, and I've got a couple of really great techniques that are just simple and just keep it really easy for you to be able to grab the photos quickly as well. So you don't feel, if you're not so into it, you're not to feel embarrassed that you're got the camera out and stuff like that. But yeah, I love doing the selfie training too, because it's that accessibility of getting photos however you can. If you're not going to invest in a shoot, at least improve your selfie game. Like you can, you need that mixture in your content too. It's really nice to, even amongst your professional photos, to mix it in with a selfie. But let's just make sure that selfie is still working for you. So it's not just a really grabbed selfie, but it's still, you can kind of think about what you're wearing in it, what expression you're doing, still thinking about those brand values and everything you're trying to show. Make sure that's still conveyed and it just matches up and keeps that consistent story across all of your content.
So what do you find the most popular service for someone who is dipping their toes in? Because we do have a lot of entrepreneurs and businesses within Dorset, within Bournemouth, Paul, Christchurch. We're really, really lucky to have such a creative county. But what do you find for someone who's nervous? What service is best for them to step into first and try?
So I think with the brand studio becoming like a little bit more regular, and obviously hoping to move into permanent property with it, that will definitely help people that are feeling really nervous, that would like to kind of really test the waters, because it's private, you're in your own little studio space with it. Although you can also, there's a VIP option where you can have me direct you during that session, so you still press the clicker, but I am there just going, let's try this, let's try that. So that's a nice option just to really ease it in. It doesn't feel so full on, it's only half an hour. And then other than that, I would say it's the shared group sessions. Too many ways to say that in my business. I need to change the wording of stuff. Shared sessions. So yeah, the group shared sessions are really perfect if you're feeling super nervous. Or just that sometimes in your head, the pressure of a big brand photo shoot, which when you've had one-to-one, you realise what it's all about. But that first time can just feel like almost too big a step. It is a bigger investment. It can feel a little bit like, oh God, who do I think I am going for like this big photo shoot? So the shared sessions just take that pressure off. They're 2 hours. You're with other women. One-to-one, I do shoot men as well, but in the group sessions, it is just for women business owners. You've just got that really supportive group, and it's a toe dip into it. You're going to have 2 hours. You're going to get loads of cool content. and then it's
I just
easy.
can't stress enough the importance of, like, when you're having to show up consistently and people do want to see the business owner, it's actually really hard when you try and when you try and do all your own photos, and also it's trying to like make time for that.
Yes.
But I think having a bank of photos that you can use in a really cool setting, showing off our area, that is, you always pick the like colourful backgrounds, and you encourage your clients to step into colour, don't you?
Yes,
It's quite empowering.
yeah, it's really nice. A good starting point for most people is to kind of go with their brand colours.
Yeah.
That's like a really easy starting point.
Or go for black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of that. But yeah, I just think it helps when you're in like a really funky environment too for the photos. It just helps like get your creativity going. Even if you think, because a lot of women do say, oh, I'm not creative. Depending on what they do, they might be accountants or things like that. But like, you do have that creativity in you. And in the session, you're in a really cool place. It makes you feel great.
Yeah.
And the session, you've probably set aside a day, half a day to do it. That's your time to focus on what you're doing for your business then. So yeah, it then brings out loads of great energy in them. And I'm a big believer, tiny bit woo potentially, but I'm a really big believer in the energy that you felt when you were having the photograph taken.
Yeah.
Really transforms into the photograph and how you feel about it. And then when you post it, that energy carries on too. So if you ever feel a bit like, we've all had it, and we were having a photo taken and we're like, oh God, I feel really awkward.
Yeah.
But if you're not feeling that, then it's just the energy's there in the image. And that's a big part of my work for me, is getting you to love having photos taken of yourself. So I do hear quite often from other people that have been with other photographers that they're like, oh, it was okay, I liked 1 or 2 of the photos.
Yeah.
That's not good enough. We want you to absolutely love it. So you open that folder and are like, oh my God, I love them.
Yeah.
Then you feel great about yourself. And that confidence isn't just going to show up in your posts. It's going to show up in all aspects of your business.
Yeah.
When you go and network, when you go and talk to people, when you will need that confidence to go and take the speaking gigs and do all the things you want to do. That confidence just helps. It's just the baseline of everything in a business. The more your confidence is up, the better everything's going to succeed. So yeah, that's a nice part of the work, that it's photos, but amazing confidence boost as well.
Yeah. So can you share, I don't know if you would want to, but like your top 3 places in Dorset to have a photo shoot?
So there's a really good place, which it's St Catherine's Hill. People probably do know of it. And that's a really good double combo that you wouldn't think to get, because it's a forest walk. So you get the lovely forest walk as you're going up the hill. It is a bit of a hill, given the name, to prepare yourself as you go. It's a bit steep. But when you get to the top, there's this amazing I think it's an old water tower, and it's huge, and it's covered in street art. Really good quality street art. The artists that go up there and do it are amazing pieces. So you can I've done a couple of pop-ups there, so you can go up, you've got the forest aspect, and then you get to go and have all the funky colours as well, and all the massive amazing backdrops, and then you've got a little bit of a cliffside view over Christchurch as well. So that's a great, it's a good spot. It's going to be inundated now, but
right, yeah.
But it's a really good spot for photos, definitely. Hengersbury Head is always a classic stop for me. I love shooting there, just to really show that connection to Dorset. It's a beautiful beach. It's obviously a bit quieter it's less seasidey than Bournemouth Pier and that sort of area. So we can always get some really beautiful kind of softer photos on the beach with all the seagrass and stuff, and beautiful to shoot there at golden hour, because it's when the sun is setting. It's beautiful.
I bet that is stunning.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place to go. And a third location that's my favourite in Dorset. Oh, I don't know if I can think of a third one. There are lovely ones. There's so many great places everywhere. Like I just love the ones that you can have multiple stops at. So it's not just the one thing. You can then do.
I like that. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's when we do the group sessions, we go to a place that's got the elements of several points of backdrops, so that you get that real mixture, and you can kind of show all the different bits that you want to be able to show. But yeah, Dorset's great because you've got the beach, you've got the forest, you've got the street art, you've got the city. It's like all there, really close together as well.
I learn a lot from, and I interviewed Laura actually, but the Peer magazine. So the Peer journal. Actually, when you flick through that and read the stories, there's a lot of places that come up that I've not really heard of. And I've lived in Dorset all my life, and actually all these little hidden
Yeah.
gems.
Yes.
Really, really nice. There's
Yeah,
so
it's
many.
lovely to have that.
So your studio at the moment, you are Southbourne.
Yeah, so I'm based out of Southbourne,
Right.
but the studio element for Brand Studio is
Yeah.
just an event space that I'm hiring like a date or two a month at the moment. We've
Yeah.
done 2 or 3 self-shoot sessions. There's a next one is in September, on September the 14th. But yes, moving forward, it's still a little bit one of those, can't quite confirm it yet.
Yes.
But I am wanting to get permanent premises for it,
Yeah.
which will just mean that it can just operate more. We can offer more
Amazing.
sessions. I can
Amazing.
offer more backgrounds, more changes. There's the
Amazing.
scope to make it also a content studio and the potential of a networking space too. So it's really got legs
Brilliant.
that I'm
And how
really,
do
really
you-
excited about.
And how do you find Southbourne? Because Southbourne is so trendy,
Yes.
isn't it? It's so trendy at the moment, and everything happens in Southbourne. It's a really cool place. Do you really enjoy being there?
I do really love living there. Yeah, we moved there probably, I think about 3 years ago. We were just near Lansdowne beforehand.
Yeah.
We've moved there. Yeah, my son goes to school nearby, and yeah, we love it. It's a really nice place to live, really chilled. You're so close to the beach.
Yeah.
The high street's really funky, as you say. There's like loads
Yeah.
of different bars and cafes that open. It's a gorgeous little spot, and like even down at the beach, you've got Sobo Beach Bar and things like that. So it's
Yeah.
you've got the best of both worlds there. It's really lovely.
You won't be moving.
No, I don't have any plans to move.
You won't be moving. So you have a website,
Yes.
and are you on Instagram and
Yes, I'm on Instagram as KTN Brand Photo. Probably the easiest way to start out if you're going to get connected with what I do is probably to go to www.ktn.co/hello.
yeah.
And that will take you to a lovely page. It's got lots of different options. You can check out lots of different stuff, connect with me on social media and do all the things and find out all about me. So yeah, that's a really good
Amazing.
place to go.
So I just want to go back to so everyone understands. So the coaching session that you'll do first of all, is it like you will do like is that over email or do you call?
No,
or
so I
you...
normally do, I call it a design call.
Right,
and
okay.
it tends to be over Zoom for the one-to-one sessions. So we'll have like a 45-minute hour Zoom call where I'll ask all sorts of strange questions
Amazing.
to really dig into finding out all sorts of things, like because I can then get really good ideas out of even finding out you've got a weird hobby or a weird interest or something. It can just get the wheels turning and think, how can we shoot you differently and show you off better in photos?
Yeah.
And then people in my membership, we kind of have like a form that we can fill out and have a chat. And obviously when I'm there in person as well, we're always talking about what have you got coming up, what work you've got going
Brilliant.
on, what can we do? And certainly in like my membership, the Brand Collective, because I see them so often, I get to really get to know them brilliantly. And I see their social media out and about and I'm like, okay, that worked really well, didn't it? What are you doing here? That's the nice thing about the membership too, is that it works really well if you change things a bit. Like we all do. Sometimes we have to pivot, we have to go different directions, different offers.
Yeah.
That regular photo shoots means you've not just got the one photo shoot for the year and you're done.
Yeah.
You've got a few that you can then tap into and change it up.
And do you find there's many aha moments when you go through stuff and they're like, I didn't think of me like that, or I didn't see. Do you find that?
Definitely. People are with that kind of thing of thinking they're not creative. Lots of people often say to me, I just don't know, like, how would that look in a photo? And they'll sometimes be like, why are you asked? Why is it important if you play piano or something? And I'm like, well, you can do X, Y, Z with the photograph. We can just put those little Easter eggs into the image that just gives those little points of connection, because you just never know what someone else seeing that is going to connect. And it brings up their stories and then suddenly they're really into what you're talking about. And so, it definitely, people are always like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, let's do it. Let's try that in a photograph. So I love it. I love digging into all their weird bits, their kooky bits, I like to call it.
I love that, because sometimes when people talk about brand photography, I used to think, okay, so we're going to step into a studio, need to go into the office in a suit, or I need to be professional because that is what everyone expects for promoting a business. But actually, you make it so fun. Like there's that session before, you're all about the colour, you're all about empowering women to step in front of the camera, show up. Yeah. And that is really magical. That I like that. Yeah. And do you know what? Like you said, be professional in what you do, in your skill set, and be that thought leader. So you know your area, you know your business, you know your industry. Yeah. But actually, it's really important that you be you. That's really important. I had a guest who messaged me. I'm not going to name any names, but they said, is it really smart dress? And like, what is and I was like, you know what? It's really important you come as you, because I want our audience to see you for who you are and the real you. Do not dress up, do not fret. You come as you, and that is what's really important, I believe. I
Yeah,
really do believe.
definitely. And often if you wear something that you think you should wear,
Yeah.
it shows. You
Yeah.
can tell it's
You
not
feel awkward and
comfortable
you
in your
don't.
body, and
Yeah.
that comes across in the photos as well. And there's
Yeah.
definitely a place for really going crazy with it too. I'm always saying, bring your ball gown if you want to. Let's go nuts. Like, let's really go out there with what we can do with the photos, and it fits with certain brands. But yeah, for the most part, you want to just be yourself, comfortable,
Yeah.
kind of what you like to wear if you were going to meet a client for like a Zoom call, or if you were going to go
Yeah.
out for dinner, just a little bit extra, just like
Yeah.
it's all looking great and looking on brands and looking
Yeah.
really put together and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
be yourself completely, because
Yeah.
it's really important, because
Really.
the personality is the bit
Yeah.
that sells you. I like to call my photos you oozing. So it's
Oh,
all
I love
like,
that. I love that.
it's
I love
all
that.
about getting that out for people, being yourself, but kind of a little bit dialed up as well,
Yeah.
which is nice to do.
I love it. So do go and visit Katie's website. So what's the website again, sorry?
So the website as it is ktn.co.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go straight to that link, it's ktn.co /hello.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed speaking to you. I'm looking forward to following more of your Instagram posts as well, and just sussing out the lovely locations that you use. And thank you for sharing your favourite locations as well. That's great. But thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.